This is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Thank you for joining joining us here on Discoveries in Health every Thursday. Tell your friends. This is where we talk about natural remedies. And thank you for joining us in Georgia and Texas. And we're just getting started. So please stay with us while we let folks come into the room and as we get started. Yes. Thank you for joining us. The conference will start in just a few minutes. Thank you. That means that everybody's getting called. When I get that call, that means everybody's getting a call. Everybody that I know, and I know a lot of people. And there we go. The room is starting to fill up with all those people. Thank you for joining us. We are filling up the room here at the moment, and we're giving people a chance to join us. We have a lot of new people, as usual, which is wonderful. Oh, it's been a busy week. Oh, I tell you. Hours and hours and hours and hours on the telephone and over the computer and on Skype. And just a very, very, very busy week. All praises to the Most High. We have the stamina and the endurance to stay with it. And we're still waiting for the rest of the folks to join us. It's right on the nose here, 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock in Jamaica. And I bet it's about, that's the same time it is in central United States. And I'm looking at here. Okay. And all right. It looks like we can get started here, although there are still people coming on into the room. If you have a question or if you have a comment, you press your star key 2 times, and that opens your microphone so you can ask a question, make a comment, suggest a topic, all of those things. And I don't know what that means, but I'm doing it. Okay, did that stop it? No. So I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. But it's there. Okay, so we're recording this conference. We're making a video. And that video is, while we're waiting, giving folks another few minutes just to arrive and get comfortable. The video that we're making right now is available, will be available, with over 150 other videos of screen capture. And in other words, it's looking at me. It's looking at me teach the report. It's looking at the report. It's looking at Uber Conference. It's looking at everybody in the room in Uber Conference. And then we put it all together, and it's a video. So if you can't remember what I said or what somebody else said, well, then you could go to the video, which is on herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, and you go down, and here's all the ways to join the conference over your telephone, anywhere in the world. If you have a friend who is international, there is an international conference button here on herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health tab. Under the Discoveries in Health tab, it's 150 videos. As you scroll down, there's 153. Actually, there's probably about 173, but we're a little bit behind in some of the older videos getting them posted up. But at any rate, there's 153 screen capture videos on herbalhealthreview.com on the tab that says Discoveries in Health. You click on Discoveries in Health, it opens up all the ways to join the conference over your telephone, over your computer, over Google Hangouts, and then it has 153 videos here of me teaching over 200 different reports, all these different reports. I still have so I've got a lot more reports to still do. And what happens is people ask me, they say, well, what do you do for fibromyalgia or for fibroid tumors? What do you do for cancer? What do you do for diabetes? And I don't prescribe and I don't diagnose. I just talk about what I suggest from what I'm reading and what I'm researching for over 56 years. And I've created 14,000 natural remedies, and I get nothing from the sale of any product. So if you contact me, and my telephone number, here's my contact number. Please call me if you want, especially if you want consultations. I'll be your coach. I'll help you from the beginning of the problem until the end of the problem. Just give me a call and we'll get started. My telephone number for me to be your personal coach is 503-362-5899. That's 503-362-5899. And my email address is Truman, TRUMAN, at healthherbs.com. Truman at healthherbs.com. TRUMAN at healthherbs.com. One long word, healthherbs. Truman at healthherbs.com. That's the email address. 503-362-5899 is the telephone number. And that's my international telephone number. You can reach me anywhere in the world by that telephone number. I happen to be in Jamaica. You can still call 503-362-5899 and we'll be talking. So that's the ways to reach me, which it's important, because in a minute we're going to get in the thick of things and we're going to be talking about natural remedies and what to do about specific health issues. I'm not going to prescribe or diagnose. That's not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is talk about and suggest the natural remedies that I've researched about. And if I haven't researched about your particular situation, I will do the research. I will send it to you all in an email. Everything is very detailed. And then there's that website, herbalhealthreview.com, that has the Discoveries in Health where you can join the broadcast, but it also has a common conditions tab up at the top. And when you click on that, it brings up all those 200 reports that I've created in the last 56 years, and I keep refining and creating more and more and more. And if you want it, and if it's not there, I will create it for you personally. And that's what I do. It's different. It's exhaustive. And I know why no one else does what I do, because it's exhaustive. I work 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day. And I stay at it 56 years. And I just don't quit. So, and I don't know anybody else who's done that and who does this and who will stay with you until you're well. I mean, really, you can call me 3, 4, 5 times in one day, and I'm not even going to be upset with you. I'm going to say, okay, all right, you don't get it. We'll do it till you do. And that's how I teach people how to be extraordinarily healthy on into your old age. So that's on the common conditions reports. And there's over 200 reports. And every report on herbalhealthreview.com under common conditions, every one of those reports, if I'm talking about an herb, you can click on it and it takes you over to the manufacturer where you can get it. And they will also help you with consultations. They're not prescribing, they're not diagnosing. They are simply giving you the information about what you're asking for. It's a discussion. They're suggesting what you might use or might not use. It's up to you. Federal government takes the posture that if anybody suggested an herb or a vitamin or a mineral that they're prescribing and diagnosing, and you should be put in jail and your life should be ruined, and they should take all your money away from you, because that's what they do. It's a criminal extortion system, and it's widespread throughout government. I'm talking about federal government, I'm talking about local government. Abuse of power. It's there because there's always evil people who want to be powerful and then abuse it. That's why it's a system that's always fraught with terrible things happening. And that's why we have evil things happening. That's why we got chemtrails poisoning the air. And that's why we got fluoride and all kinds of chemicals poisoning the water. Because these politicians have been bought out, sold off, and they don't care. They take the money from evil people who say, here, I'll give you the money if you'll poison the water. They say, okay, that's a lot of money. I guess I'm going to have to poison the water. Then they pass a law, and then your water's poisoned. And we got poison air, poison water, poison food, and a federal agency who is in charge of your food, who is paid off by the pharmaceutical industry. Is there anything wrong with that picture? Yeah, there is. You know it, I know it. And even they know it, and they don't care. They're arrogant. They're so powerful, they can poison you to death, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it, because people have tried and tried and tried. But there are so many sell-out politicians that back over-regulating your food and getting away with it every day for decades, since 1940. That's when they started that. 1940. I think it's just about the time the Nazis lost control of that war. The Nazis came and they got a new war. And what you're seeing is a bunch of Nazi mafioso politicians that are selling out the American public. And they do that. And then if you complain about it, they kill you. You die mysteriously, especially if you're a doctor. Especially if you got a couple of PhDs and you're helping people with natural remedies. They are out to destroy you. There are dozens. What is there? I think the count right now is close to 70 naturopathic doctors that have mysteriously died, been murdered, don't exist anymore. Can't find them. Where are they? Who knows? They just die or disappear mysteriously, one right after another. And, I don't know. Maybe they know I'm carrying a gun. I don't know why they're not trying to kill me, or maybe they have and maybe they missed. Maybe I just ducked at the right time. I don't know, but that's the way I live. And if you do what I do, that's the way you have to live. You have to expect to be murdered at any time because you're talking against a huge pharmaceutical industry. You're blowing the whistle on a government conspiracy so deep and so evil that they blatantly have the FDA as an agency in the federal government. That is blatant murder. Yeah. And so the fact that I'm still here, well, probably won't be. I will die mysteriously. All of a sudden, Truman got sick and died, kind of thing. That's what they do. But that's what you have to be able to risk in order to get this information out to people. And that's what I do. And I do it every day. And I've been in the trenches doing this for an unbelievable 56 years. Before computers, at the advent of television. Yeah, I was there. I was on television at the age of 12 years old. I'm 76. I think I've been doing this a long, long time. But here we are. And what we're talking about is natural remedies. Now, I'm going to open up the telephone lines here in a minute and ask you if you have a question, because this is not a lecture. This is a discussion, and it's a worldwide discussion, and we have people listening and monitoring this from every country in the world. We're all over YouTube. We're all over my world, my podcast world. We are out there big time. And we have every country in the world listening because they know what's going on. And they're wondering how long America is going to get away with killing their herbalists and their naturopathic doctors and propagating this murder for hire pharmaceutical drug system, which is nothing more than to keep you sick and that's it. Keep you sick and drug you to death system. That's the system. They know it, and that's why we're here, and that's why I stand up, and I keep going every single day, and the Most High gives me the energy to do it, even at the age of 76. I just keep right on plowing through over 56 years in the trenches, and still here and still not quitting. I think that's, when I stop and think about that, that is a long, long time. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to open up the telephone lines. But by the way, I want to give you the telephone number to reach when we're talking about products. You say, where do I get these products? Do I run to my local health food store? No, you do not. You call Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon, because Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon is the only manufacturer in the entire world that manufactures all the recipes, all the remedies, and they do it organically, and they do it high tech, and they do it with the best ingredients, and they have letters of certificate of analysis, and they are scrutinized by the FDA, who just wishes there's some reason that they could have to destroy these three ladies who continue to stand up and make these remedies when you know that I've been destroyed financially, and my daughter was destroyed financially, and now they're working on the granddaughter, but the granddaughter won't quit. She's not going to quit. That's right, because these are heroes, and they are manufacturing these recipes and these remedies that really work. And the FDA wishes some way that they could close them down. And they've done everything, every evil thing they can think of. And I'm sure they're going to come up with more to obstruct them and me. And they do it every day. And they're always thinking of new ways, new angles that they can prevent you from getting these remedies and this information and this system, because there's no other system like it in America. They wanted to close this system down, and a federal judge told them to leave it alone. And that was an astounding thing. But the Most High was my attorney. So that's why I won that case. And they're supposed to leave us alone, but they don't, because they're evil. You know, they're evil and they do evil things. Anyway, that telephone number for Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon is 541-791-8400. 541-791-8400. And they've always got a sale going on. And when you mention this broadcast, they will give you a discount. You say, I've been listening to Truman. They say, okay, yeah, he doesn't get anything from the sale of any of the products, but we will give you a discount and we will help you. And we will answer your questions, whatever they might be. Now that's huge, because every other herb company is scared to death to talk to you and tell you what you need and and what might help you. They are, because the FDA threatens, intimidates, and obstructs them until they are in fear of giving you any information about the value of their product, or what the historical or traditional uses of the product. Well, they can't do that. And if they do, then the FDA is all over them, trying to figure out some way to close them down, some way to work their criminal extortion racket and get money from health food owners and health food business manufacturers and health food stores. That's what they do. But anyway, so just letting you know that I understand the risks, and I've taken a beating to get here, and I'll take a beating to stay here, and I'll just keep on serving the Most High and making and creating natural remedies and updating these websites with all the information so that you get everything, the latest and the best. And then you can call me and I'll be your coach. The telephone number for Health and Herbs and to get any of these remedies and free consultations is 541-791-8400. 541-791-8400. That's where to get the products. Where to talk to me is 503-362-5899. That's it. You've got all the numbers. You know how to reach us, and that's important, because you know what's the purpose of talking about something if you say, hey, where do you get it? Do I run to the local health food store and waste my time because they don't have it? They got a knockoff. They got some other product. Maybe it's certified organic. Maybe it isn't. But you're not going to get any information with it because it's against the law for them to tell you what it's good for. And if they do tell you, their days are numbered. Sooner or later, some FDA agent is going to sneak in and make and hear them saying, hey, this herb is good for that. And they say, oh, you are under arrest. Go to jail for helping people. That's what they do. It's evil. It's crazy. Welcome to America. We need help. We need change. And this has gone on since 1940, and no one has been able to change it. I wonder if President Trump, who says he's serious about making serious changes in really evil things, I wonder if he would tackle that problem. So far, you haven't heard him do it. So, more than likely not. It's too much big money. I mean, they'd probably kill him, me, and a lot of people in the way. That's what they do, and get away with it too. So anyway, that being said, so that you know who I am, you know why we're here, you know the telephone numbers, you know how to reach us. Now, let's open the phone lines and ask you, do you have a topic? Do you have a question? Do you have a testimony? Is your name Tyrone Porter? And if it is, well, you're calling me from Mississippi. And you're the guy that called me up about 3-4 months ago who had one kidney and it was bleeding and it had a cancerous tumor and that's all gone. and maybe you're up on the line here. Let's go see if you are there. What happened here to this? Oh my goodness, where are you? Uber conference. So I'm over here. I'm clicking on Uber conference, and I'm inviting everyone here in Uber conference to press your star key 2 times. And if you have a question, if you have a comment, now's a good time to open your microphone and make that and ask that question or make that comment. And I don't see Tyrone Porter, but he said he was going to come on. I talked to him earlier, and he said, okay, everything's great. He says, I still don't have any bleeding of the kidney. Everything's working perfectly. Everything's working, but the doctors are worried, and they took the stent out. So now that he had a stent in there draining that one kidney, and now they've taken that out. They said we don't need it anymore. So let's see if the kidney really will go back to work without a stent in it. So, and he said they took it out and everything's working great. So we chatted today, and he had cancer. That's gone. He had a bleeding kidney. That's cleared up, and now the skin, and it's been 3.5 months, and so then now they took the stent out, and let's see if Tyrone Porter in Mississippi, he's doing great. And he's just done the herbal remedies. The doctors can't believe it, and he's doing great. But I don't see him here. But if you are there, press your star key 2 times and open your microphone and say hi to the folks at Tyrone if you've made it to the conference. A lot of people can't make it, to this particular hour. They're working, they're shopping, they're doing stuff they got to get done, and they can't make it to the conference, which is the reason why we make a video of it, so you can go up to herbalhealthreview.com, click on Discoveries in Health, and get the latest video of the latest conference. But in the meantime, looks like Tyrone is not here. He said he was going to be here, but maybe he couldn't make it. And if you are there, Tyrone Porter, press your star key 2 times and open your microphone and say hello to the folks. I don't see anybody pressing the star key, so I'm asking anyone who has a question or a comment, please press your star key 2 times, and I will take your question, your comment, your testimony, whatever you want to say. Open your star key and let's talk about it. Open your microphone by pressing your star key 2 times. Nobody is opening their microphone. That means it's time for me to go grab a topic. There you are. Somebody opened their open your in Montgomery, Alabama. It's Prophet Elijah. Bless you, brother, and welcome.
Bless you. Well, welcome to be here, the blessing. I just see that you were safe there from the Hurricane Mara that's coming through. I'll make sure that you were safe.
Oh, yes, brother. It came through. It brushed Jamaica. We got strong winds. We got pouring rain. We got thundering lightning that rolled and rolled and rolled for about 45 seconds, and it was absolutely spectacular. And then that lightning would be so bright, it would light up the entire sky, and you'd feel the concussion of the lightning strike. And that was it. It was just a lot of water, a lot of lightning, a lot of noise, and kind of scary. And then it was over.
But see, you was under the covering of a higher, so he protected you so you could have this program like you should do.
Yes, brother. I am blessed. And I am blessed because of people like you. And I am blessed for so many reasons. People that have shared this information with their friends and their relatives, that other people could be consoled and they could be helped and comforted, and the will of the Most High, that they would be healed. Yes, I am blessed, brother, and it's always been that way. and interesting things. Let me tell you a little thing. I'm going to tell a little thing. The other day, I moved into this apartment. One of the drawers, it didn't have a knob on the drawer. You couldn't open. You have to reach up and underneath and behind and pull it out because it didn't have a knob. So I went to the hardware store and I got a knob for $1. Well, the screw was too short. The screw was too short, and I thought, oh no! And that lady looked all over for any kind of screw that would fit that knob. She finally found a screw, gave that to me, but it was too short, and so I could not open that drawer without reaching up underneath and behind. So about a week after I went and I got that screw that didn't work, and I said, oh boy, how am I going to find a screw, that's going to be the right size and so forth. So about a week later, I'm outside. Because I don't have I have a parking space out in front of my apartment, right out in front of it, and I'm out there and I'm looking down, and I'm looking at the parking space. And I see this interesting looking screw on the ground, and I pick it up, and I say, I save. When I find a screw or a nut or a bolt, I pick it up and I save it. I put it into a drawer, and then I wind up with a drawer full of weird things in case I need them. I don't know. I do that. But anyway, so I put that screw into the drawer, and I put it into the drawer with the knob that didn't work. And a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, and I started thinking to myself, you know what? I wonder if that is going to fit that knob. I reach into the drawer yesterday, a couple of weeks later, and I get that little screw out and look. I say, no, that's not. It looks too small. And I take that the short screw out, and I put the long screw, and it fit, and it was perfect. And I put it in, and I attached the knob, and it all tightened up without even a screwdriver. And I had a knob, and I had the right screw, and it was all because I looked down and found this one screw that was impossible, and it was right there outside my front door in the parking space. I don't have a car, but I looked down, and it's the little things. It's the little things that really amaze me. Because when that all happened, I said, well, the will of the Most High be done. Well, the will of the Most High got done, and that screw showed up in my parking lot. Somehow I picked it up, put it in the drawer, then found it, put it on, and it worked perfectly. I just had to share that with you, brother. It's the little bitty things as well as these great big things and all the healings that I witness all the time that really amaze me. What do you think of that, Prophet Elijah?
Well, Ohio, just making sure that you realize that everything you have need of is already provided for you and right there at hand.
Yes, and I'm almost embarrassed that I asked for the Most High to help me fix that. Why did that happen that way? And I didn't have the right screw in it. So I asked the Most High, the will of Most High be done. A couple of weeks, a week or so later, I reached down on the ground in the parking lot and pick up the exact screw, the only one that would work for that drawer and that knob. So yeah.
And it had been there all the time.
Oh, mercy. Yes, brother. So I had to share that one with you because it was kind of comical.
Oh, that was good. Now that'll preach right there. That'll preach. See, wherever you have need of is right at hand.
Yes, all praises to the Most High. See, it's the little things, it's the big things, and it gives one pause. It gives you pause to appreciate the Most High in all the little things, all the big things, all the things you see, all the things you don't see. The works are going on whether you know it or not.
Yes. But I was calling. I had a young lady approach me today, and she had lupus, and I said, "Well, I will check with my favorite friend who is expert in dealing with these type things." So that could be a great topic tonight.
Okay, brother. Let's talk about lupus because it's a very serious illness. So that's it. Thank you for sending us in that direction, and that is Prophet Elijah Beecham out there in Pike Road, Alabama, from the Word of Life Ministry. And you should call and you should get involved with Prophet Elijah, a wonderful minister. His telephone number, 334-868-3881. That's 334-868-3881. All right, then, and now we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna look up lupus, and in the meantime, if you think of something, anyone out there, if you think of something, I want you to press your star key 2 times and say, "Hey Truman, I thought of something. Here's what I want to know, or here's what I want you to talk about next." Please do that for me. It'll help somebody you love and somebody you know, and maybe somebody you don't know. Anyway, let's go check out lupus. Going to the herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, and clicking on common conditions, and then going down to the report, lupus, and ABCD. It's easier to go down this side over here on the right side. There's lupus. Clicking on lupus. Let's talk about lupus because it's a horrible disease, and lupus is an autoimmune disease. So we're going to look at lupus, and then you could also look at autoimmune diseases for even more information because the subject is deep. Well, let's look at the lupus report, and it starts out saying it's an autoimmune disease in which the body's own immune system attacks its own connective tissues and causes inflammation, lots and lots of inflammation. So one of the first things you're going to want is lots of anti-inflammatory herbs. Anyway, there's 2 types of lupus, and lupus, it causes inflammation, and lupus is more likely to affect women rather than men. More women come to me with lupus, and it's not funny to me. It's strange. I have a lot of people come to me with lupus, and I tell them what they need to do, and I don't think they do it, and I haven't figured out why. But I don't get a lot of people trying. But I'm looking for people who are serious about getting rid of lupus and the lupus problems, and because I haven't found anybody. Once I let them know what they need to do, they don't even try to do it. So I haven't figured that out yet. So I'm waiting for someone who's seriously wants to test the system and praise the Most High and receive a healing. Because there's 2 types of lupus. Systemic lupus erythematosus, which attacks the organs and the joints, and it is inflammation and painful. But we have things that can work to help you with that organ and joint pain. And then there's the second kind. The first kind was systemic lupus erythematosus. The second kind is discoid lupus erythematosus, which affects the skin, and you get this butterfly pattern of rash that forms over the nose. You get a butterfly rash that forms over the nose and the cheeks, and you know that person's got lupus. Now, there's things we can do about it. There's an herbal formulation called feverfew that reduces inflammation, and it's listed in this report that I'm looking at on herbalhealthreview.com under common conditions. And I went down to lupus, and I'm looking at the report, and the first herbal product that's listed there is called feverfew, and it reduces inflammation. And then you would use golden seal root. And the golden seal root you'd use 7 days on and 7 days off, giving your body a break. And that's a powerful natural antibiotic. But you can't use it more than 7 to 10 days straight. You got to give yourself a break. You can only push so hard so long, and you got to say, okay, well, let's stop using golden seal now, and let's use something else, like turmeric root, like boswellia, that are in an inflammation herbal formula. And these are tincture extracts, so they're powerful. These are the ones the government definitely don't want you to use because they're so powerful. They work. They're liquid. They're the concentrates of the plant. And they're called tincture extracts. And the only people that make these under my direction and under my methods is Herbal Health Review, is BetterHealthHerbs.com in Albany, Oregon. BetterHealthHerbs.com, that's their website. Their name in the phone book is Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon. They're the only ones that make all these formulas, and they make them organically, and they make them under severe obstruction by the federal government that is just looking for anything and any reason to take money from them and drive them out of business so that they're not there anymore. So that they don't have, because it's one of the few natural remedies, herbal tincture extract manufacturers left in America. You're not going to find them out there. And if you do, they're under the FDA's thumb so hard that they're either going out of business or trying not to go out of business. Anyway, golden seal root is another one for lupus. Daily health tea with Pau de Arco bark. That's another thing. That's a blood cleaner. And turmeric root and boswellia. These are the cornerstones of the medicines to fight lupus. And that's just a few of the helpful herbs that one can use. And you don't, when there's lupus, you don't want to use echinacea because you've got an immune system disease here, lupus, where the immune system is attacking itself. That's messed up. And echinacea should be avoided because it is trying to help the immune system help itself, so then it's helping the immune system to attack you. So we're not going to use echinacea. No echinacea. You got to know what to use, and you got to know what not to use. So then there's flaxseed oil. You want a tablespoon, a couple of tablespoons a day, a tablespoon morning, a tablespoon in the evening of flaxseed oil. It's listed in this report, and if I clicked on it, it would take me over to where I could buy it. And because I don't want to run to the health food store, I want to get it from the only manufacturer that manufactures all these natural remedies. I want to support them because they've been punished by the government for helping you, and they deserve for you to come and get the products at a lower price than you can get them anywhere else. And the real, honest, certified, organic, natural, you want to support these people. They deserve it. So I'm getting the flaxseed oil from them. I'm clicking here and I'm getting it from them. I'm putting it in the shopping cart, or I'm calling them on the telephone and say, hey, send me some of that flaxseed oil and some of that boswellia and turmeric and health, that daily health tea with Pau de Arco for lupus. Please send it to me. And they'll do it. And you can say, by the way, I heard this on Discoveries in Health. Give me a 15% discount. And they say, okay, and they do it. And then there's sea wonders, sea buckthorn, seed oil, 100% certified organic, and it's fish oil. It's a fish oil supplement, and it's really going to fight the inflammation of lupus. So get some sea buck wonders, sea buckthorn seed oil, and take it as directed on the label. Take extra vitamin A, 10,000 IUs every day of vitamin A. And if you know what you're doing, or if you're under the supervision of an herbalist like myself or a naturopathic doctor, then you can take 100,000 units of vitamin A for 1 month and then go back to 10,000. As long as it's monitored, it will boost the immune system, because vitamin A is an antioxidant that is found in whole milk, which you shouldn't be drinking because it's indigestible. And what they do to these cows is evil anyway. And I'm sorry. I mean, that mother cow never gets to see, well, they get to see the baby only as it's being delivered. Then these farmers take these calves away from the mom and the calf never see each other. And I don't like that. And I'm not going to support it. And I'm not supporting that they do that and take that calf away from its mother, and then I'm going to drink that milk. No, I'm not going to do it. And besides that, they pasteurize it and homogenize it and murder that to where it's undrinkable crap anyway. Yeah. So I'm not into dairy farmers. I'm sorry. You're nice people, but you're in the wrong profession. And milk is not a good thing. And anytime they introduce it to any third world, fourth world country, they all start getting sick. Milk is not a good thing to drink.